Last year, Microsoft held the Ignite keynote event focusing on Microsoft 365. During the opening speech, they accidentally shared a screenshot on Microsoft Teams. This screenshot showed an operating system that didn't match anything available. It wasn't Windows 11 or 10, which raised the question, was this a sneak peek of Windows 12? Let's take a closer look at this mysterious OS, which we believe could be Windows 12. Now let's focus on the main question, what will Windows 12 be like? The screenshot shown was blurred and its quality was reduced during the presentation. We've recreated this blurred image, offering a glimpse of the OS. The first noticeable change is the floating taskbar at the bottom, unlike the fixed taskbar in previous versions. This suggests Microsoft might be moving away from the static taskbar seen in Windows 10 and 11. We also see changes at the top of the screen, a notification area on the top right showing the time, date, and battery status with weather info on the top left. We don't have many resources to review Windows 12, but screenshots show a design similar to macOS. Windows seems to be adopting a macOS-like look, which may divide opinions. One change is the larger buttons with rounded edges. The sharp corners of Windows 10's windows are now smoother. These updates suggest a gradual move toward a touchscreen interface. Since most users still use a mouse and keyboard, a sudden shift isn't practical. This design update appears to ease users into touchscreen use without feeling too unfamiliar. You may wonder why this gradual shift is needed instead of a direct switch to touch functionality. It's because Microsoft's previous attempt at a quick transition didn't work. Remember Windows 8? Microsoft redesigned the Start menu, replacing it with a touch-focused one. Users weren't used to the oversized buttons, and many were downgraded to Windows 7. In response, Microsoft quickly released Windows 8.1 a year later to fix the issues. As you can see, many minor innovations can lead to major issues, and Microsoft has learned from past mistakes. The Windows 12 image, possibly shared by accident, might also be a strategic move to gauge public opinion. It's uncertain, but this could be Microsoft's way of testing reactions. A notable shift is how Windows adopts macOS-like design elements, leading users to hope for macOS features like live screensaver wallpapers. While macOS users can use live wallpapers easily, Windows users need third-party software, raising trust and security concerns. Interestingly, Windows once offered a similar feature. The Ultimate Edition of Windows Vista, released in 2007, introduced Dream Scene for live wallpapers, but it was removed in Windows 7 due to high system resource usage. At the time, this was necessary due to the hardware limitations of that era. Now, with improved processors, RAM, and graphics cards, reintroducing this feature in Windows 12 would be feasible and desirable. It's time to bring Dream Scene back. Windows 12 should include desktop widgets, which were available in macOS and Windows 7, though not very practical at the time. They showed things like the weather, calendar, and CPU usage, but were removed in Windows 8. macOS Sonoma now has modern, functional widgets for the desktop, similar to iPhone widgets, offering better functionality than the old Windows 7 version. Windows 11 has widgets, but they appear in separate windows and are less versatile than those in macOS Sonoma. Bringing this feature back in Windows 12 would be a major improvement. Microsoft is reportedly working on this feature, and Windows 12 may bring back widgets fixed directly on the desktop, giving it a more modern look. Another improvement needed is the settings system, which is currently confusing. For instance, the control panel should be integrated into the main settings window. Removing the control panel and embedding it in the settings interface would simplify the experience, especially for new users. It's not certain that all features will make it into Windows 12 or if it will even be called Windows 12. We assume it will follow the previous version numbering, but that's unconfirmed. This is just a prototype, and the design may change. Similar leaks happened before Windows 8, but none were accurate. The same could happen here, though the likelihood is lower since the source is Microsoft. So when is Windows 12 coming? Some online sources suggest 2025 or 2026, possibly under the name Next Valley. 2025 seems more realistic given previous release patterns. For reference, Windows 7 was in 2009, Windows 8 in 2012, and Windows 10 in 2015, with a new version every 3 years. Windows 11 launched in 2021, and most leaks suggest Microsoft will return to that cycle. So Windows 12 is likely in 2025, but nothing is confirmed. Windows 12 looks promising with features like the floating taskbar, but we'll need to wait for official details. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Take care.